You've got like research papers and articles, even like firsthand notes.
Yeah.
And our goal is to help you grasp not just what quantum computing is,
Right.
but why everyone's so excited about it.
Exactly.
The potential,
Yeah.
the challenges.
Absolutely.
And we'll be diving into some pretty mind-bending stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Computers that can be in multiple states at once.
Oh, yeah. That's the fun part.
Algorithms that could crack codes. Fun's unbreakable.
Absolutely.
Even the potential to revolutionize fields, from medicine to material science.
Absolutely.
So let's start with the fundamentals.
Okay.
One of the things that always trips me up is the difference between classical computing and quantum computing.
Right.
It's not just about speed.
It's not just about speed.
Okay.
It's a fundamentally different way to process information.
Okay.
Classical computers use bits,
Right.
which can be either a 0 or a 1.
Right.
But quantum computers use qubits, which, thanks to the principle of superposition, can be 0, 1, or both simultaneously.
So it's not like a switch flipping on or off.
Right.
It's more like
Yeah.
a dimmer switch that can be at any level of brightness.
That's a good way to visualize it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this ability to exist in multiple states at once that gives quantum computers their power.
Oh, wow.
And to manipulate these qubits,
Right.
we use quantum gates.
Okay, so quantum gates, are those kind of like the logic gates in classical computing?
Precisely.
Yeah.
They're the building blocks of quantum circuits.
Okay.
And they allow us to perform operations on these qubits.
All right.
For instance, the Hadamard gate is what puts a qubit into that superposition state we were talking about.
So you start with a qubit that's definitely a 0 or a 1.
Right.
And the Hadamard gate turns it into this fuzzy in-between state.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Then there's the Pauli-X gate,
Okay.
which is essentially the quantum equivalent of a NOT gate,
Gotcha.
flipping the qubit state.
And then we have things like the CNOT gate,
All right.
which operates on 2 qubits
Right.
and is crucial for creating entanglement.
Entanglement. That's where things get really weird, right?
It is.
Two qubits become linked,
Yeah.
and their fates are intertwined even if they're miles apart.
Even weirder than that.
What?
Even if those qubits are light years away,
Oh, wow.
measuring one instantly affects the other?
That's insane.
Einstein himself called it spooky action at a distance.
Spooky action at a distance. That's wild.
It is pretty wild.
And we can actually create this entanglement using these quantum gates.
That's right.
Okay.
The CNOT gate, for example,
Yeah.
can entangle 2 qubits together.
Wow.
It's this entanglement that opens the door to some truly mind-blowing possibilities in quantum computing.
All right. So we've got these powerful qubits, these
Yeah.
quantum gates.
Right.
What can we actually do with them?
Right.
Where do algorithms come into the picture?
That's where the real magic happens.
Quantum algorithms are specifically designed to run on quantum computers.
Okay.
And they exploit superposition and entanglement
Right.
to solve problems that are just impossible for classical computers.
I've heard a lot about Shor's algorithm.
Right.
Is that one of the big game changers?
It is.
Okay.
Shor's algorithm is famous for its potential to break RSA encryption,
Right.
which is currently used to secure much of our online data.
Gotcha.
It does this by factoring large numbers exponentially faster than any known classical algorithm.
So if quantum computers become powerful enough,
Right.
our current methods of online security could be rendered useless.
It's a real concern.
Wow.
That's why there's a whole field of research dedicated to post-quantum cryptography,
Okay.
which aims to develop encryption methods that are resistant to attacks from quantum computers.
So it's a race against time to stay ahead of the quantum curve.
It is.
Are there any other quantum algorithms that have the potential to disrupt industries?
Definitely.
Okay.
Grover's algorithm, for example,
Okay.
can search unsorted databases quadratically faster than classical algorithms.
Wow.
This has huge implications for fields like drug discovery,
Right.
materials science,
Okay.
and even financial modeling.
So imagine finding the exact molecule you need for a new drug
Right.
or the perfect material for a new type of solar panel exponentially faster than we can today.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It is. And that's just scratching the surface of what quantum algorithms might be capable of.
Right.
As quantum computers become more powerful and sophisticated,
Yeah.
we can expect even more groundbreaking algorithms to emerge.
This is all really fascinating.
Yeah.
But I've also heard that quantum computers are incredibly sensitive
They are.
and prone to errors.
Mm.
How do we even begin to address that challenge?
You're right.
Okay.
Qubits are extremely fragile.
Yeah.
Any slight disturbance from the environment can introduce errors into calculations.
Oh, wow.
This is where quantum error correction comes in.
Okay. So we need ways to protect these qubits from the outside world
We do.
and make sure they stay in their desired states.
That's right. Okay. One approach is to encode our quantum information redundantly.
Yeah.
Spreading it across multiple physical qubits.
Gotcha.
This way, even if some qubits experience errors, we can still recover the original information.
So it's like having multiple backups of your most important data.
It is.
But for quantum information?
That's a good way to think about it.
Okay.
The Stein code, for example,
Okay.
encodes one logical qubit into 7 physical qubits to detect and correct errors.
Wow.
This is a very active area of research,
Yeah.
as making quantum computers more reliable is crucial for their practical use.
It sounds like quantum error correction is essential for unlocking the true potential of quantum computing.
It is.
But let's step back for a moment
Okay.
and talk about the different types of quantum computers being developed.
Right.
It's not just one universal design.
You're right. There are several different platforms for building quantum computers,
Gotcha.
each with its own advantages and challenges.
Could you walk us through some of the leading contenders in this quantum race?
Sure, one of the most promising platforms is superconducting qubits.
Okay.
These are made from tiny loops of superconducting wire
Right.
and rely on the principles of superconductivity
Okay.
to maintain their quantum states.
Superconductivity, that sounds pretty high-tech.
It is.
What are some of the other approaches?
Another major contender is trapped ion qubits.
Okay.
These use individual ions
Right.
trapped in place using electromagnetic fields.
Wow.
As qubits, their quantum states are controlled using lasers.
So we're talking about manipulating individual atoms with lasers.
We are.
That's incredible precision.
It is.
What are the advantages of using this approach?
Trapped ion qubits offer incredible precision
Okay.
and long coherence times,
Gotcha.
meaning they can hold their quantum states for extended periods. However, scaling up the number of qubits is a major challenge.
So it sounds like there's a trade-off between the different approaches.
There is.
Superconducting qubits might be easier to scale,
Right.
while trapped ion qubits offer higher precision.
That's a good observation.
Okay.
And then there are photonic qubits,
Okay.
which use particles of light, or photons,
Yeah.
to encode quantum information.
Gotcha.
They have the advantage of operating at room temperature,
Oh, okay.
unlike superconducting or trapped ion qubits, which require extremely cold temperatures.
So photonic qubits are less demanding in terms of their operating environment,
Yes,
but I imagine controlling photons must be incredibly difficult.
it is.
Okay.
And while photonic qubits offer some unique advantages,
Yeah.
building large-scale photonic quantum computers is still a major hurdle.
It seems like the race is still on to figure out which approach will ultimately dominate the quantum computing landscape.
It is.
It's like the early days of computing,
Right.
where we had different types of computers vying for supremacy.
Exactly.
It's still very early days.
It is.
And it's exciting to see so much innovation happening across different platforms.
It is.
Well, this has been a fantastic overview of the foundations of quantum computing,
Absolutely.
but I'm sure there's much more to uncover.
Oh, there is.
All right.
We've just scratched the surface. Welcome back to our deep dive into quantum computing. Before we go on to some of the more cutting-edge areas of research, let's take a closer look at quantum error correction.
Okay.
As we touched on earlier, this is one of the biggest challenges facing quantum computing today.
Yeah, qubits are notoriously finicky, aren't they?
They are.
Any little disturbance can throw them off
Exactly.
their game.
And that's why quantum error correction is so crucial.
Okay.
It's all about protecting our precious quantum information
Right.
from those inevitable environmental disturbances.
Last time we discussed the Stein code,
Yes.
which encodes one logical qubit into 7 physical ones.
Right.
Can you give us a little more insight into how that actually works in practice?
Sure. The Stein code and other quantum error correction codes like it
Okay.
essentially create a kind of safety net
Okay.
for our quantum information
Gotcha.
by cleverly distributing the information across multiple physical qubits.
All right.
We can detect and correct errors without actually disturbing the delicate quantum state we're trying to preserve.
So it's like a quantum version of RAID,
Yeah,
where you spread your data across multiple hard drives for redundancy.
that's a good analogy. And just like with RAID,
Yeah.
there are different levels of error correction depending on how many qubits you use
Right.
and how you encode the information.
Right.
The Stein code is just one example.
Okay.
And researchers are constantly developing new and more efficient codes to make quantum computers more reliable.
It's a fascinating area of research.
It is.
And it seems essential if we want to build quantum computers that can tackle complex, real-world problems.
Absolutely.
But beyond error correction,
Right.
what else can you tell us about the inner workings of these quantum machines?
Yeah.
How do we actually build and control these qubits in the first place?
That's a great question. There are several different physical platforms for building quantum computers,
Okay.
each with its own unique approach to creating and manipulating qubits.
Can you give us some examples of these different approaches?
Sure.
I'm curious to know what's happening at the cutting edge of quantum hardware development.
One of the most promising platforms is superconducting qubits.
Okay.
These are made from tiny loops of superconducting wire
Right.
and rely on the principles of superconductivity,
Okay.
where certain materials can conduct electricity with zero resistance.
Wow. So no loss of energy.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing.
To maintain their quantum states.
Superconductivity sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? But it's a real phenomenon.
Yeah.
And it's the foundation for some of the most advanced quantum computers being built today.
Wow.
Companies like Google and IBM are heavily invested in this technology.
Okay, so superconducting qubits are a major player in the quantum computing field.
Yes.
What are some of the other contenders in this technological race?
Another leading platform is trapped ion qubits, as the name suggests.
Yeah.
This technology uses individual ions,
Okay.
which are atoms that have lost or gained electrons,
Right.
as qubits.
Okay.
These ions are trapped in place using electromagnetic fields,
Right.
and their quantum states are manipulated with incredible precision using lasers.
So we're talking about manipulating individual atoms with lasers.
We are.
That's an incredible level of control. What are the advantages of this approach?
Trapped ion qubits offer incredible precision
Okay.
and long coherence times,
Gotcha.
meaning they can maintain their quantum states for extended periods.
Okay.
However, scaling up the number of qubits is a major challenge.
Sounds like there's a trade-off between different approaches.
There is.
Superconducting qubits might be easier to scale,
Right.
while trapped ion qubits offer higher precision.
That's a good observation.
Okay.
And then there are photonic qubits,
All right.
which use particles of light or photons
Right.
to encode quantum information.
Okay.
They have the advantage of operating at room temperature,
Oh, okay.
unlike superconducting or trapped ion qubits, which
Right.
require extremely cold temperatures.
So photonic qubits are less demanding in terms of their operating environment.
That's right.
But I imagine controlling photons must be incredibly difficult.
It is.
Okay.
And while photonic qubits offer some unique advantages,
Right.
building large-scale photonic quantum computers is still a major hurdle.
Okay, so we've got this diverse landscape of quantum computing platforms,
We do.
each with its strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
It seems like the field is still wide open in terms of which approach will ultimately dominate.
It is. It's still early days.
Right.
And it's exciting to see so much innovation happening across different platforms.
Yeah.
It's possible that multiple platforms will coexist and complement each other in the future, each specializing in different types of quantum computations.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like the evolution of classical computing, where we have different types of computers optimized for different tasks.
Exactly.
Now, we've talked a lot about the hardware side of things,
Right.
but let's shift our focus to the software, or rather, the algorithms.
Okay.
We briefly touched on Shor's algorithm and Grover's algorithm earlier.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to delve deeper into what makes these quantum algorithms so special.
You're right.
Oh, cool.
Quantum algorithms are the key to unlocking the true potential of quantum computers.
Gotcha.
They are designed to leverage the unique properties of quantum mechanics,
Right.
such as superposition and entanglement,
Yeah.
to perform calculations in ways that are simply impossible for classical algorithms.
Let's revisit Shor's algorithm,
Okay.
which, as we discussed, has the potential to break widely used encryption methods.
Right.
Can you break down how it actually accomplishes this feat?
Shor's algorithm achieves its exponential speedup by exploiting quantum phenomena to efficiently find the period of a certain function.
Go.
This period is directly related to the factors of the number we want to factor.
Right.
Finding this period classically is incredibly time-consuming,
Yeah.
but a quantum computer can essentially explore all possible periods simultaneously thanks to superposition,
Wow.
finding the right one much faster.
So it's like having a massive parallel processing system that can check all the possibilities at once.
Exactly.
That's a powerful advantage.
It is, and this ability to perform computations in parallel
Right.
is what gives quantum algorithms their edge.
Now, what about Grover's algorithm?
Right.
We mentioned it can search unsorted databases faster.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
Grover's algorithm offers a quadratic speedup for searching unsorted databases.
Okay.
This means that if you have a database with n items,
Right.
a classical algorithm might need to look at all n items to find what you're looking for. But Grover's algorithm can find it in roughly the square root of n steps.
So instead of searching through every single item in a database,
Right.
it can take a much more targeted approach thanks to quantum mechanics.
Precisely.
Wow.
And this speedup has significant implications for fields like drug discovery,
Right.
where researchers often need to search through vast databases of molecules to find potential drug candidates.
Okay.
Or in materials science,
Right.
where you might be searching for a material with very specific properties.
It sounds like quantum algorithms are all about finding clever shortcuts through complex problems by harnessing the strange and counterintuitive rules of quantum mechanics.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And these algorithms are really just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
As quantum computers become more powerful and sophisticated,
Yeah.
we can expect to see even more ingenious algorithms
Right.
that leverage quantum mechanics in unexpected ways.
This all paints a very optimistic picture of the future of quantum computing.
It does.
But are there any limits to what these quantum computers can do?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And an important one to consider.
Okay.
Well, quantum computers have the potential to revolutionize certain areas of computing.
Right.
They are not a magic bullet.
Okay.
There are still many problems for which quantum computers don't offer a significant speed up over classical computers.
So it's not like quantum computers are going to replace our trusty laptops and smartphones anytime soon.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Quantum computers are more likely to complement classical computers,
Okay.
excelling in specific tasks where they offer a quantum advantage,
Right.
like factoring large numbers or searching massive data sets
Okay.
for everyday tasks like browsing the web or sending emails.
Yeah.
Classical computers will likely remain the more practical and efficient choice.
Okay, so it's not about replacing classical computing, but rather about finding the right tool for the job.
That's right.
Some problems are better suited for quantum solutions,
Right.
while others are best left to our classical companions.
That's right.
It's about collaboration and finding the best way to harness the strengths of both quantum and classical computing to solve the world's most challenging problems. That's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It's not about one technology winning over the other,
Right.
but rather about finding ways to make them work together effectively.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that brings us to one of the most exciting aspects of quantum computing.
Okay.
Its potential to transform the way we understand and interact with the world around us.
I'm all ears.
Hmm.
Can you give us a sneak peek at some of the mind-boggling applications that might be possible in this new quantum age?
Imagine a world where we can design new materials from the ground up,
Okay.
atom by atom,
All right.
using quantum simulations.
Okay, that sounds pretty amazing. How would that work in practice?
We could use quantum computers to simulate the behavior of molecules and materials
Right.
with an accuracy that's simply impossible with classical computers.
Wow.
This could lead to breakthroughs in areas like energy storage,
I know.
drug development,
Yeah.
and the creation of entirely new materials with properties we can only dream of today.
So we're talking about revolutionizing everything from aerospace engineering to medicine. It's incredible.
It is.
What other quantum magic awaits us?
Let's talk about quantum cryptography.
Okay.
Remember how we said that Shor's algorithm could break current encryption methods?
Yeah, that's the one that still gives me chills.
Well, quantum mechanics also offers a solution.
Oh.
Quantum key distribution,
Okay.
or QKD.
So quantum mechanics can both break and fix our encryption systems.
It can.
That's fascinating. How does QKD work?
QKD leverages the principles of quantum mechanics,
Okay.
particularly the fact that measuring a quantum system inevitably disturbs it,
Right.
to create encryption keys that are provably secure against eavesdropping.
So if someone tries to intercept the key,
Yeah,
the very act of trying to read it would alert the sender and receiver that something is wrong.
exactly.
Wow.
QKD has the potential to revolutionize cybersecurity, creating a world where online communications are truly private and secure.
This is all incredibly exciting.
It is.
It seems like quantum computing has the potential to touch almost every aspect of our lives.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it's not just about speed and efficiency.
Right.
It's about opening up entirely new possibilities
Yeah.
and pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. In the last two parts of this episode, we've journeyed through the fundamentals of quantum computing, explored the challenges of error correction, and glimpsed some of the incredible applications on the horizon. Now, it's time to dive even deeper into the quantum realm and explore some of the most mind-boggling concepts and potential breakthroughs that are shaping the future of this field.
We're going to be talking about things that sound like they're straight out of science fiction. Quantum simulations, the mysteries of quantum entanglement, and even the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the universe itself.
All right, let's start with quantum simulations. You mentioned earlier that they could revolutionize fields like medicine and materials science. Can you paint a clearer picture of how that might actually work?
Imagine being able to study and understand the behavior of molecules, materials, or even complex biological systems at a level of detail that's simply impossible with classical computers. That's the power of quantum simulations.
So instead of relying on approximations and simplified models, we could actually simulate these systems at the quantum level.
Exactly. Quantum simulators are essentially specialized quantum computers designed to mimic the behavior of real-world systems. They leverage the principles of superposition and entanglement to represent and manipulate the quantum states of these systems, allowing us to study their behavior with unprecedented accuracy.
That sounds incredibly powerful. What are some specific examples of how quantum simulations could be used in medicine?
One of the most promising applications is in drug discovery. Imagine being able to simulate the interaction between a potential drug molecule and its target protein at the atomic level. This could help researchers design more effective drugs with fewer side effects and accelerate the drug development process significantly.
So instead of relying on trial and error, which can be time-consuming and expensive, we could design drugs with a much higher degree of precision and predictability.
That's right. Quantum simulations could also revolutionize the way we understand and treat diseases. For example, we could use them to simulate the behavior of cancer cells or study the complex interactions involved in the immune response. This could lead to breakthroughs in personalized medicine and the development of more targeted therapies.
This all sounds very promising, but I'm curious about the timeline. When might we actually see these quantum simulations being used in real-world medical research and development?
That's a difficult question to answer definitively, as the field is still rapidly evolving. However, some experts believe that we could see significant progress in the next decade or two. As quantum computers become more powerful and sophisticated, and as we develop more advanced quantum algorithms for simulating biological systems, the potential for medical breakthroughs will only increase.
Okay, so it's not science fiction, but it's also not something that's going to happen overnight. It requires continued investment and innovation in both quantum hardware and software.
Exactly. But the potential rewards are so significant that it's definitely an area worth pursuing. Now, beyond medicine, quantum simulations also have the potential to revolutionize material science.
Can you give us some examples of how that might play out?
Imagine being able to design materials with specific properties like strength, conductivity, or heat resistance by simulating their behavior at the atomic level. This could lead to the development of lighter, stronger, and more durable materials for everything from airplanes to batteries to solar panels.
So we could potentially design materials that are tailored to very specific applications based on our understanding of their quantum properties.
That's right. And this could have a profound impact on industries ranging from aerospace and automotive to energy and electronics. We could even use quantum simulations to discover entirely new materials with properties that we haven't even imagined yet.
This all sounds incredibly exciting. It seems like quantum simulations have the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the world around us and unlock countless technological innovations. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something that's been on my mind throughout this entire deep dive. Quantum entanglement. It's such a mind-boggling concept, and I'm still struggling to wrap my head around it.
I understand. Entanglement is one of the most bizarre and counterintuitive aspects of quantum mechanics. It's this idea that two particles can be linked together in such a way that they share the same fate, no matter how far apart they are.
So it's like having two coins that are magically linked, so that if you flip one heads, the other one instantly flips heads as well, even if they're on opposite sides of the universe.
That's a good analogy. And what makes it even weirder is that this connection between entangled particles seems to be instantaneous. If you measure the state of one particle, you instantly know the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them.
It's like they're communicating faster than the speed of light, which, as far as we know, is impossible. How is that even possible?
That's the million-dollar question, and one that physicists are still debating. Entanglement challenges our classical understanding of space and time, and it suggests that there might be deeper connections in the universe than we previously thought.
It's both fascinating and incredibly frustrating. But besides being a source of endless philosophical debates, what can we actually do with entanglement? How can we harness this spooky action at a distance for practical applications?
Entanglement is a crucial resource for many quantum technologies, including quantum computing, quantum communication, and quantum sensing.
Can you give us some specific examples of how entanglement is being used today?
One of the most promising applications is in quantum key distribution, or QKD, which we discussed earlier. Entanglement is what makes QKD so secure. The two parties who want to communicate share a set of entangled particles. Because any attempt to intercept or measure these particles would inevitably disturb their entangled state, the two parties can be certain that their communication is secure.
So entanglement is like a quantum security seal that guarantees the privacy of our communications.
That's a great way to think about it. Entanglement is also crucial for many quantum computing algorithms, including Shor's algorithm. The ability to create and manipulate entanglement between qubits allows quantum computers to perform calculations in ways that are simply impossible for classical computers.
It seems like entanglement is the key ingredient that unlocks the true power of quantum technologies.
It is. And as we continue to explore and understand entanglement, we're likely to discover even more groundbreaking applications that we haven't even imagined yet.
Well, this deep dive has been a truly mind-expanding experience. We've gone from the basics of qubits to the mysteries of quantum entanglement, from the power of quantum algorithms to the potential for world-changing applications in medicine, materials science, and beyond. It's clear that quantum computing is poised to revolutionize our world in profound ways.
I agree, and it's a journey that's just beginning. As we continue to explore the quantum realm, we're sure to uncover even more mind-boggling mysteries and unlock even more incredible possibilities.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. Thanks for guiding us through this fascinating landscape. What an incredible journey this has been.
It's been my pleasure. Remember, the quantum world is full of wonder and possibility. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one to make the next big quantum breakthrough.
That's a wrap for this deep dive into quantum computing. We hope you've enjoyed the journey and that you're as excited about the future of this field as we are. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the most fascinating topics in science, technology, and beyond. Until next time, keep those minds curious and those imaginations firing.